Okay, hi. So, good evening, everyone. I am Madhuganda, and today we are gathered here to discuss about portrayal of women in Indian cinema. Over the time, the roles of women have been evolved. Earlier, they used to show women an as a they portray women as damsel in distress. They always need to be helped out. Either they need to be helped in household, or they are being raped and they need someone to save their honor or something. But now the roles have been evolved. We have every kind of roles in Indian cinema. Women are shown as scientists, like in movie Mission Mangal. They are recently shown as spy, giving all of them to their country and in different roles. Uh, there are many good movies out there like Queen, English, which shows women for who they are, but there are also movies that portray them in a wrong way. For recent movie Kabir Singh, if you guys have seen that movie, this movie was made in 21st century, and the woman in that movie was seen to be so dull, so immature. Like, she was always surrounded by the people. She was with a guy who always liked to control her. She can talk to anyone. The guy beats the crap out of everyone who talks to that lady. She was not allowed to make her own decisions. And you won't believe that movie was made in 21st century by seeing how it portrayed women. So, and we all know that cinema is a major part of our life. It affects our life in various ways. It tends to establish a style statement through which people think that they can become popular in society, or they can get that confidence by doing those things. So nowadays, this needs to stop basically. The portrayal of women needs to be something for who they are and what they stand for in the society. How do you guys think that this all have evolved over time from the beginning of Indian cinema to now where we are? You guys can raise your hand and I'll call you out. Yes, Shruti.
So thank you guys for doing this discussion. This is a topic I hold really close to my heart, primarily because as a young woman, like you said, we are always looking for role models and characters that we can feel inspired by. But cinema somehow falls short. For example, I am glad that I don't have to sit through movies that show women as, problem creators or dancer in distress or somebody whose entire life is spoiled just because they got raped or something. And I am glad that I don't have to sit through that. But even now, I think cinema does not have a clear idea as to what their stand on women is. For example, either they're trying to stick really tough to this I'm an independent woman, I own my bread thing, and that is also toxic. See, it's not like I am supposed to choose one of the roles. I can be caring and nourishing. I can choose to stay back at home and look after my kids if that's what is my calling at that moment, or that's what my priority is. But even now cinema makes it seem like it's a binary choice. Like, either I decide if I want to do home and hearth and kitchen, or I decide if I want to have a family life. And when you're a young woman, you're always kind of inspired to death by the strong woman thing. But and that kind of makes you feel afraid to want to ever just have a family or something. That makes you feel like that would be the lesser thing to do. And I really think we should have more open views on not only women but men as well. Men also don't have to be either a macho or a gentleman, or never somebody who decides to take a rest on ambitions. We are not sure how we feel about men who don't have too much career ambition. So we need to kind of relax and not put people in boxes that are so tight and predefined in some sense.
Exactly. In Indian cinema, both women and men have their particular role to play. Women needs to be, either the Sati Savitri or totally independent or vocal. There is no in between. And men always needs to show their masculinity no matter what.
Hmm.
So these kind of things needs to be balanced. Yes, Celine, please go on.
Yeah, like drawing from Shruti here. So I completely agree with you. And this kind of goes with the like the society image thing. Like in society also we can kind of you know try to put everyone in their boxes. Like this is someone who's always like this. There's someone who's always like this. So in movies also, even males and female actresses have to uh, once they start doing some kind of role, they always have to stick to those roles because they have been put into those boxes. And if they try something else, that that won't either, like they're always afraid to go out of that comfort box, or maybe the producers don't want to take a risk, or the directors don't want to take a risk. So that can also become a huge reason why this is happening. So this needs to stop in the society as well as like everywhere. That is in a way a, a reflection of the society that is reflecting back on us. So
That is very true.
Exactly. Nowadays movies are the exact reflection of the society. Whatever they do in movies, like crossing a woman through bike or having showing them their style statement or something, these all happen in real life also, and that is only inspired by movies. So these needs to be stopped, and we need to be practical of what a man or woman go through in real life and portray those things on only. Also, evolution of movies like characters. Basically, the core of a movie is both male and female, but the screen time they give women to portray themselves or to present themselves in the movie is also less. You guys would be shocked to know that almost 30% of the screen time is given to women, while rest of 70% is dedicated to male characters. And also, you guys have seen like there are very less movies that are only based on women characters or revolve around them. Like you can count those movies on hands, like Nirja movie that was purely based on women, NH10, Queen. These movies are something based on women, but there are not many movies that are portraying women characters for who they are. Yes, Purva, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, so good evening, everyone. So let's talk about many decades ago, there were female leads who used to feature in films, right? Most of these projects never went blockbuster, except for some legends. So, but however, today, women led films having a story related to their life rather than them being interested or dependent on a man can do amazing. Yeah, so these movies portray women as strong, independent, which is really inspirational to the young generation. But I think some of these movies seem to showcase that they are changing the way women are portrayed on the screen. But on the other hand, they fail to understand what independence actually mean. है ना? Where a working woman is represented by being dull, annoyed at every little thing. On the other hand, progressive and liberal women are represented through shouting, smoking, drinking in every scene. So these women are portrayed as confident ones, chain smokers, drug addicts, and on the verge of complete self destructions. Like, how is it even cool? Yeah. So it can be a personal choice. Look, the point is, filmmakers should not label these things as women empowerment. Because it should be more about them making their personal choices and living the life the way they want. So I hope the women centric filmmakers look clearly upon what women empowerment actually is. So that's why what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, great point. Rahul, yeah, go on.
Your mic is on mute. Sorry. Like Poova said, and Madhuganda, you as well. So I would like to start off with the first thing that kind of struck me right from the very beginning, the movie Kabir Singh. I mean, I have not seen the movie, but I've seen enough memes, videos, and short clips enough to understand what that movie is all about. And I've heard a lot of from people as well. And the worst thing that I see and I observe is people glorifying it, because I don't see why it is being glorified. Because that's all right, fine. It's a movie, it's a copy, it's a remake. The acting has been really good. You can appreciate people for that, but you cannot appreciate people for the script. You cannot appreciate that movie for the script, because I did not watch the movie, but I had enough points to come to a decision that I won't like it. This is not good. Second point, when it comes to the movies, I believe this topic is all about evolution of movies over the past 70, 80 years or something of that sort, right? So when it comes to the movies before the 80s, I mean movies from our parents generation and all that, women were only showcased in those movies either as a very shy character with a veil on and everything covered, and they're all shy and stuff, and men are coming and meeting them and all that typical marriage and wedding stuff that you get to see. Or the other thing is, they are a source of entertainment, and people are dancing, and the women are dancing, and the men are sitting and enjoying and all that stuff. So this is something that has been happening before, but after that, since the 80s, 90s, or even now, the role of women in Indian movies has, if not enough, but it has gradually improved, I might add. But there are a lot of movies that we see nowadays. There's Kangana Ranaut does so many of those movies that I find very irritating. All those women drinking, dancing, and running around. Things like there's a movie from Hollywood. I don't remember. There's five women and everyone is going to Vegas and all that stuff. I don't remember that name.
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. Yes, that series. That series. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, that is not empowerment. What? I mean, that is the only reason. I mean, I blame society. I blame the backward mindedness of certain people, which is stopping women empowerment. People glorify women empowerment. I mean, yes, I want women to do this. I want my woman to do this, that, the other. But then they are the ones. I mean, it's a circle that goes on and on and on and on. When you get to see those movies like Sex in the City and those movies that Kangana Ranaut does, people are and girls are hanging around, going out late at night and drinking, partying and all that. This creates panic among people. I mean, um, not a lot of people will imagine it in a really good positive way. Say you will not be happy to um, let your own daughter watch this movie in her teenage years, just out of fear that she will
So,
think that, oh my god, this is so cool, I have to do this, this is so
no.
great. Why?
What I
Because of
have to add here is that
what?
society in general, Rahul, is not comfortable with the fact that women can have a
That women can
sexuality,
have, women,
or
not just
desires that are
sexuality,
not
society is
pious.
not ready to, not comfortable to see women doing things that a man does.
Yeah,
They are not
Yeah,
comfortable.
see, that's the point, na. Women are equal rights and equal everything. They can do whatever they want. You don't
They can
want.
do whatever they
I
want.
yeah,
understand the point. You don't want your daughter to see it or everything, but that's their choice. They can do anything they want. They can have
Have
a
to do it. I mean,
vacation.
it's a
It's
very
not about
poisonous.
daughter. Would you want your son to do it? I think it's
None. I
it
will
goes
not
either
want
way.
my son to
And
go out,
but
because
we will not bring the
it's not
same
about the
analogy when a
gender.
guy is drinking or the smoking in the movie. So that is
yeah,
definitely
Exactly.
toxic
yes,
anyway. We are not
Exactly.
talking
right.
about that being a progressive way of looking at things. I mean, it is
Exactly.
regressive even in the both genders. So this is not gender specific.
Also,
No, my
also
point
now,
is, let me just finish it off. My point is the way movies glorify women empowerment, in the sense that, yeah, she's smoking, she's drinking, she's
Yeah,
hanging around,
like
dancing
now
around
you are
with other
putting
boys.
it. Yeah,
This
like
is
now you are putting
not
it in a right way,
empowerment.
but
This is what scares people
hmm,
about the
Rahul,
security of women. This is not supposed to be women empowerment. Women empowerment should be, I mean, educating them. The first thing that a person should have, I mean, even if you're of a backward mentality, the first step you should take to have a very modern mentality is, when you have money, the first thing that should pop up in your mind is to educate your daughter, is to make sure she goes places where she wants to, she gets her ambitions sorted, not marry her off to a rich guy living in the Middle East. So that is the main point.
Rahul,
Yeah.
sorry, Alekhya, but
Okay.
I'm
So,
I'm jumping
yeah.
you here, but
Sure.
I wanted to yeah, like I agree with you when you say that drinking and smoking and all this shit has been generalized a lot in Indian movies right now. But the thing is, it is more generalized on the male side. Like males drinking and smoking has become like almost every movie has one scene of the hero either smoking or drinking. So you can't say
Absolutely
that.
true.
Yeah, so that should be like
And I will
bad
add
on
that
both sides.
when guys drink and smoke, they get background music. Women don't get that. So I'll say that there we are glorifying women. Women we are
Yeah.
not
No,
glorifying.
that is the thing that scares society. I mean, women are drinking. Oh my God, what is going to happen? So that
That
is
is
the
what
thing.
now. That is what we need to change. Even if a woman
That
is
is what
drinking, that is not
needs
a
to change.
problem.
Exactly. It's not a
Yeah,
See,
problem. That is what needs to change.
the whole
yeah,
point
but
of making such hard binary rules, as in a woman outgoing should be drinking and smoking, comes from here, because she is seen as a rebel who's saying,
Hmm.
I was making a statement that I'm equal to a guy. In what? In drinking and smoking. So the guys have set a wrong example of what is equality. It is not just on the showing the strong characters to influence people. It is more on, I am proving that I'm equal to you because I can do all this even if you don't like it, even if you have a front face. So the
Exactly.
way we look at movies, we've already glorified men doing all this, because in a love failure scene, it's very common for a guy to drink and talk to his friend about it,
True.
and say that this has happened in my life. He will have all his hair messed up and shirt opened out, two buttons open, and it's very normal. And we don't even even we watch these scenes with family, and I don't think anybody has actually questioned it. It's quite normal. And when this culture starts happening in the other gender, then we have a problem. Oh my God, am I doing the same thing now? How can she do that? How can a girl drink? Or girls, this is
yeah,
not a gender specific problem. It has to go in the reverse. If it has to do any
It's
good, it
not.
has to go in the reverse. So the guys
It's
have to
definitely
stop.
not.
And only then can this stop, because you have set a wrong example. Guys have set a wrong example on this, and there is no other way to make a statement that I'm equal to you. Because other things, even if we do, what happens in the screen is guy would be doing a better job at this than the girl. So this is the only place where they try to make a statement, and that's where forcing someone into that binary circle that Shruti talked about comes in. Because you have to make a statement that you're independent and you can fight. You have to always try to prove that you're equal to the guy.
I
And
mean, there
the
are other ways to glorify, the liberation of women. I mean, in order to empower them and all that. I mean,
that
it's
is
like
true,
she's
but
fighting
then only
for
when
her
you stop.
career. You can, make it get reflected in a movie. I mean, what's the point of making show a woman smoking and drinking and calling it
What is the
liberty?
point of making it in men doing it? Or why do men do it? It's the same thing.
Exactly.
So it is not a
Exactly.
gender specific
There's no
problem as
point in
such.
either.
Yeah.
There's no point showing it in either of the genders.
Yeah, but
But
when you
it gets more
present, the
influence
question
when
comes
women
on
do
when
it.
women drinks, because this question has not been
Exactly.
that is
asked
because
for like 70, 80 years, and now this question
yeah,
comes up. This
Exactly.
and
actually, even for people who think I should not drink, I should not smoke, it's not good. What they will feel when such statements are made is that what is wrong in it? Why are they not questioning the guys? Unless you
Exactly.
ask this question of why a girl is doing this, the girls don't get
Okay.
kindled on the other side. So that is the reason where the gender is not coming into picture. That's all I wanted to say. It is equally bad in both genders, nothing else.
It's equally bad in both genders, but men drinking and
Exactly.
doing all that stuff has been there for so long that people have started accepting it. I mean, smoking and drinking is already unhealthy in itself, even though I do it. I mean,
The
it's according,
portrayal of
shoot.
women is also
But
accepted
see,
in the society, but it needs to change. Everything
it
needs to
needs
change
to change.
with the evolution. We are talking about the evolution right now. So, Alekhya ma'am, you
Mhm.
have raised your hand for quite a long time. Please go on.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hey, Alekia.
Nice discussion. I wanted to add that yes, we have come on the right path of the topic that change needs to come. And I think it has to come from us as well. Like we're talking about how the roles have been in the past and how they are right now. And I think many people talk about the women are not being portrayed right, and the most of the times these people will go and watch the same movie or repeat those item songs on repeat. So I feel there's a connection between what they show and what we want. So when we watch those movies, when we listen to those songs and give them hits, that's when these directors or story writers uh, tend to write more on those lines so that they can also earn money. So they'll show what we
Exactly.
want, right?
Okay. So
So
and
the
now that
moment,
you have, sorry, sorry,
so
sorry. Go on.
yeah, no problem. So if we stop watching it, or if we stop responding to movies and songs that are portraying women in a wrong way, or there's a sense of double meaning and stuff like that, I guess the storylines will also change.
Exactly. Now that you have mentioned item songs, so-called item songs, and how they are set up basically. There is a woman in the middle of the bar. There are lots of men around her, creeping her out, gazing her in a wrong way. That's what makes an item song. And everything about that is wrong. It gets millions of views, like hundreds of millions of views. Why do we appreciate like
Madhu,
women?
Madhu, I'm so sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt you, but before we
yeah.
jump on to the next topic, we do have Finny and Abhishek also had raised their hands, but I guess
Okay, sorry, I didn't see that.
no,
I'm
no,
so
that's
sorry.
that's
Yeah,
totally
Finny,
all right.
Yeah,
Finny, would you like to add something?
yeah.
Finny,
I
go
just
on. Then
want to add.
Abhishek, that I'll.
Yeah, I just want to add one point. Like, for any movie, there are two ways in which a woman can be portrayed as a like somewhat she's drinking, she's smoking. One is a part of the story itself. If that story requires that she has to do that, and it has an impact on the story, then she has to do it because like it is a crucial part of the story itself. Other thing is like just for the sake of showing that that girl is a modern one, and like it can be seen in men's case also. Usually the guys from the villages will be portrayed as drinking this desi daru. When he's going to a city, he'll be drinking a whiskey, and when he's going to a same guy, when he's going to a Goa, he'll be drinking a beer. So it's associated with the place. So and one more thing, Indian cinema producers and directors seriously misjudge what the our people need, and that's why they are putting item songs into the movies, and they think that by putting a movie they can people will rush to watch this girl, and more than watching the movie they'll have more interest towards the girls, and their revenue will be increased. It's a
Exactly.
No,
bullshit
that's a
concept.
proven formula. It is known to
Sexualization
work.
has been
It's a
so
good
high.
marketing gimmick.
Sexualization of women has been on a high for so long. I mean, over the past 10 years. I mean, even before that, all these item songs and all these stuff were not
And the
there.
thing is, it's not
But
even first person
it's
sexualization,
not
it's third
even
person
it's
sexualization.
not
You are
even
looked at as an object,
important.
but they're not happy with the fact that you have choices and you might want to, or you might be interested in things that are sexual, or
Exactly. I mean,
those are
Exactly.
things.
And
it's so irrelevant. As in, you can say there's a spy movie. So there's a guy spying on someone. He's gone to a different city. Out of nowhere, people will start dancing on the street. There'll be a girl who's going to come in and start dancing. I mean, people, how can it even fit it
and
into the story? I mean, it's so
and one more
irrelevant. This is only
Yeah,
for
yeah.
to
Celine had something to
for
say,
the box
right?
office
yeah,
revenues, and this
and
is
just
very
Guys,
one
guys,
horrible.
thing.
guys.
Okay,
Okay, guys,
okay,
just
wait, wait,
one
wait.
minute. I'm so sorry
Yeah,
again, but
yeah,
there's
Abhishek.
Abhishek who would like to add, and he's
Yeah,
waiting for
Abhishek.
a long time.
Okay,
So,
Yeah.
hi,
Abhishek,
Abhishek.
Okay,
We'll
before
say this in
Abhishek
item
starts,
song
one more
section.
thing. Yeah, before Abhishek starts, just raise your hand. We'll call you out. This is getting chaotic. All right. So just raise your hand. We'll call you out. Okay, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was waiting for my time. Uh, and already a lot of points has been presented here, and would like to add some points which I have faced personally because I have served the stages in drama schools also, and in that two of the topics were related to the women only. One was female forticide, and another was like on the topic of rape itself. So if I will talk towards the cinema perspective, then what we think, like we make the story and the impact of the characters according to the stories which are really in the society. Like if you wanted to show the movie which is called, like it is based on a rape, then you cannot glorify a woman in that, or glorify a character that who is going to make an impact to save that girl or something else. You have to be very clear with the context what has been already done in the society, and you have to present exactly that. But because of the cruelty level, or might be certain things which are not permitted by our censor board, they might miss from the cinema. And as one friend was saying, like women, they are portraying like women are smoking and drinking, this kind of things. Like, so I would like to add that point. If you are thinking for woman empowerment, then I think there should not be any limit. Any limit. They can portray themselves however they wanted to portray, or they can reach the limit wherever they wanted to, because we cannot control anyone's life. And if you wanted the equality from the both side of the genders, then you have to accept the equal activities or whatever they wanted to, because you cannot make a subset or make a universal that these are the activities which are allowed for man or woman. They can do anything what they want. And another thing is that we, even though we have shortage of judges in our Supreme Court, but we have a lot of judges in our society. It is starting from your neighbors and then coming to the road and in vehicle, public transportation, everywhere. People are there who are really judging the people based on their dresses, based on their activities. Like you are talking about smoking and drinking. I am saying that if a girl will drive a bike in front of you in any society, you will see from the different perspective. Like, oh why, wow, somebody will say like, oh wow, she is riding a bike, or somebody will say, let's see, just see this, we don't allow our women to ride even scooty and they are riding the bike, even the boy is sitting behind it. It is all because of the perspective and the mindset of the society. And in cinema, yeah, you can say that certain characters which are symbolized or maybe portrayed as like, it seems to be that a man is dominated in that character, but you can see that these are the histories. These are not just the cinema is portraying, these are the histories. We have Rani Lakshmi Bai, but on the other hand we have Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Prithviraj Chauhan. There are a lot of characters which have been already in the history, and that is the thing which cinema is trying to portray. And Alekhya said that it is all about business. Entertainment is priority, but business, without business it cannot run. So business is based on the customer demand. So as a data scientist, we can understand it, that if there is a public and who is demanding that, like you can see in the social media platform nowadays, what is going on, who is getting the popularities. I don't want to take anyone's name, maybe somebody can offend, maybe somebody is following that person, but there are a lot of people who are getting like Jane Mere Jane Man kind of song that got popularity, and even Badshah has appreciated it. And in society we have a lot of talents are there, they did not have the look. Why they have got to take that child as a lead singer in that role? Because it was getting popularity from the society. So it is all about the society. In the act, in the director sense, they always wanted to maintain the reality what has happened in the society, but because of the censor board they are very limited to produce that. Yeah, if you will see the temple movies or masjid movies, there are a lot of religions are there, which will say like, if you have portrayed our religion, then why not about other religion? This part is 20%, our part is 80%. So we are more it is made a bad impact on our religion. So always there will be a judgment in the society. As I said, there are a lot of judges in our society, and if they will practice in a well manner, so someday we can overcome the shortness of the Supreme Court. Thank you very much.
Greatly mentioned, greatly said, Abhishek. Thank you so much. You mentioned rape movies basically. in rape movies, what they do, they portray women as the someone who has been harmed or someone who has been at the loss here. Woman is not at loss. Trust me, woman is not at loss. It's the men who needs to
Yeah,
be shamed,
it's as if
who
it's
needs to
like
be
one
shameful.
badge of honor that
Yeah,
your chastity is, and then you just give it up. Like virginity is something that I have to protect with all my life because that's how my value is measured, and it's like shown as if she lost half her life or something. It's a bad thing. It's something that you have to work out. It is a trauma, but it's not me losing a part of who I am.
yeah. So they are shown as someone who have lost their honor, but it's not. It's the men. They are not at fault. Women are not at fault at this situation. Men are the one who lost their honor by doing such thing, and that's how we should see it. Okay, Alekhya ma'am.
Yeah, I felt Abhishek has mentioned perfect points. Everything is, he mentioned it so nicely. And coming to these rape movies, I feel, and the point of virginity, I feel people will just look at that woman lost something and they see that she lost virginity. It's not virginity that she lost. She lost a part of her soul. And many cases she loses her life. That's what we lose going through such horrific things. And yeah, the women are being treated and seen like she has done a crime, especially in a society that we live in. Women are seen like, oh, she has done some crime, whereas it has to be looked in other way around, that she has survived something that is so hard to even imagine. We can't wear a dress that we don't like, or that is not a perfect fit for us, and someone touching without a consent is, that is too horrible. And another point that I wanted to mention, that Abhishek mentioned, girl driving a bike. I myself faced that, when I went to get petrol filled in a bike, people were literally staring like, how can a girl ride a bike? I was like, why can't I drive a bike? So yeah, I just wanted to say this. These points are very true and very right that Abhishek mentioned.
Opposite happens to me. I can't even ride a bicycle, and my mom and dad used to say, how can you ride a bicycle? So it's how you see things basically. Okay, so Advi ma'am, you can go.
Okay, so thanks for the opportunity. So as she rightly mentioned, riding a bike has a perspective is different, but you should see how they overtake you when you ride a bike. That is a whole different story. But now coming back to the, they cannot stand. Even if you're in a car, you'll be overtaken if, in a greater speed if you see it's a women. But that's a different story. Now coming back to how it has changed in the Indian cinema. So I'm talking to talk on both sides. One is the progressive way and where they have become regressive. Let's come to the regressive part where we had many television shows. We are only talking about movies here. We also had many television shows in the past, and we still have the television story. We had great stories like Jesse Jesse Koi Nahi and Shanti. These are serials from the 90s. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but these portrayed women as a very strong lead character who's independent and has value and also is outgoing. They try to prove something in the business. They try to prove that they don't try to prove it to the world. They do it for their satisfaction. Who had such strong characters in the past, but coming to today's television stories, we all know what happened. Balika Vadu and Saath Nibhana Saathi, and there was one where the girl turns into a Nagin. What are we going towards? Where are we going? So and it all became so women, I feel, is more objectified in television today than ever, because we had some there's no story in it. It's if as Mr. Abhishek mentioned, so if there is a story, there's a point. You have some story that demands a woman to dress like that, it's fine. What is the need for a Nagin to dress like that? There's nothing. And what's so sexy about a Nagin? She's just a snake. But why even go there? So you're going towards you're going in reverse. So this is one thing that is really depressing today. And this also captivates the audiences. That is more worrisome. So as we see, the society decides what is displayed to them. It is also the reverse. The what is given in the television influences the society so much. As in, you want to dress like them, you want to look like them, you want to have moments like them. For example, let's say Kabir Singh. We do know that it's a regressive movie with respect to how male chauvinistic it was portrayed, but it is a script. I don't see it beyond a script. According to me, it's equal to any other script. That script had a male character who was dominant and a female character who was soft, and they were in love. So I don't have a problem. But many people take this personally, and that is when the problem starts. So what happens is you look at a character like Kabir Singh and you want to be the Kabir Singh, and not to mention the girls also want to be the Preeti and they want a Kabir Singh in their life. So the movie also influences the society in reverse. And this is the regressive part of how Indian cinema has changed from the past. And the stories have badly come down. And the music, you still play Ek Do Teen, Dilbar. How many times are you going to repeat the same song in different modes? How many remixes are you going to have? There's no original songs. Param Sundari was actually an average song, but it got such huge audiences because it was new. I mean, it is not as great as Ek Do Teen or any other songs from the past, but it gained popularity because it's new and it's original. So the originality has come down, and Bollywood has taken over the entire film industry. You have many other industries from Malayalam to Tamil. They are making great movies. Premam is a movie that is an example where the woman does not even wear makeup. As in, it's not necessary. I'm not saying they should not wear makeup, but it still sells because it has story and it portrays women the way they are today. But the Indian cinema in some places have started, manipulating into the society into believing this is what a woman is. I mean, they don't show all faces of a woman. She could be strong, she could be weak, she could be soft, she could be loving, she could be anything that she wants. But you try to fit them into the boxes that someone was talking about. And when it comes to the progressive side, yes, as in now men see that women can also do many things. As in, Taapsee Pannu's movie sells. Radhika Apte's movie sells. As in, you don't need a strong male character. Vikram Massey is okay doing a movie with a strong female lead. They don't mind these days. And that way, the industry is changing towards the good. And, when you talk about the pay scale, you do know that in the past how much Shah Rukh Khan got and how much Kajol would have gotten. But now the pay differences have come down, and you have a very good, the top paying star is about 9 to 10 crores. Deepika Padukone gets for a movie on an average. So the pay scale has also gone up, and you have multiple good things with respect to equality. You also see a girl can do such things, but the saddest fact is that now the perspective has become the girl can do only this. I can be a wife and I want to be an independent earning woman who wants to relax. These two go hand in hand. One can be a good mother and a boss. So this has to come into picture somewhere. So this is something I feel should be happening. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Advi. Today we are just sticking to Indian cinema. TV shows is whole another session if we can make out of it. Okay, so I've seen Alekhya ma'am. You wanted to add something? Alekhya ma'am?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I forgot to lower my hand.
Yeah. Before we start, guys, we don't want to repeat the same point again and again. So just keep it short, keep it at the point. We have to finish the session, and there are a lot of points that still need to be discussed. So keep it short, keep it still. Okay. Yeah, Alekhya ma'am.
Madhu, I guess it was a mistake. Or
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, she
moving
said she
on.
wanted to lower her hand.
yeah. So Madhu,
Okay,
let's
okay.
just let's just Princey and Ananya go, and then we
Yeah.
can just shift to the next topic because
Yeah.
right?
Princey? Yes. Princey?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here to talk about like you have already mentioned about Kabir Singh. So it's like there is so much of toxicity in that movie. So like there is one movie in Malayalam film industry. It is called Uyare. I feel most of you have watched that movie. It's about a woman dreaming to become a pilot, and she is pursuing her dream, and her boyfriend, okay, he does not like her the way she is, like he doesn't want her to become pilot. And when she rejects him, like when she rejects him, like he throws acid on her. So it's like so toxic, he's so controlling. Like what is this mindset of guys? Can't you guys take rejection? Like everyone is seeing this, people are like, okay, what is this? And she faces so many problems in her life because of that. She loses the pilot academy, and she has to become an air hostess after that. All these things happening. So all these things are happening to women around us, but nobody is talking to us. All like acid attack, she was having an acid attack. So her face was like half, like acid attack was like Deepika Padukone. A similar film was in Hindi, I think. uh, I think it's a true story, but it has fiction in it. But it's a true story. Like so many people have faced that. So like women with dream, men can't stand women with dream. I don't know what is this. What is happening with the society? Men can't stand women with a dream. Like why can't you accept the way she is, and you want to manipulate and change her? Why? Just let her be her. Okay. And if you don't want an independent, strong, earning woman in your life, please let her go. Don't distract, don't disturb. We have our own lives, we don't need you. Okay, please. If you want to be in our life, please let us be us. Don't try to change us or manipulate us. If if we reject you, please don't feel offended. Okay, don't feel offended. It's nothing. Earth is not going to end. Okay, nothing is going to happen. Just calm down, chill. Everything is fine. Women with dream, it's normal. Girls, please dream big. These So many guys will be there. Don't worry about these guys. Don't go up behind them. Your dreams are bigger than that. Okay, dream big. The movie name is Oere, so it's like fly high. So please fly high. Everything beyond that, fly high. Nothing, the sky is the limit. Please don't go after toxic relationships, which tells you I have to marry you between 23, 22. I have to do that. No, just your dreams first, your career first. After that, marriage, just it will wait. Okay, dreams first, career first. After that, motherhood is also a choice. So there was one another movie called Saras, where it talks about abortion. So today is World Abortion Rights Day. So I have to mention about that movie also. So it was like in that movie, the two couple, she's like the girl in the movie is the female centric film, and the girl doesn't want to become pregnant. Okay, she doesn't want to become a mother. She wants to become a film director, nothing else. She wants her career to take off. She met this guy, and he was also like, he don't want children. Like after they got married, uh, like they have an accidental pregnancy, and he wants to keep that. And she was in a lot of pressure. All that, after all these things, they met a doctor, and he told, it's your body, it's your choice, it's your thing. No need to keep an accidental pregnancy. Like it's our choice, it's our body, it's our motherhood. Like it's we don't have to sacrifice anything for anyone. So it's our choice. If a woman wants to become a mother, let her be. If woman doesn't want to become a mother, that's also okay. Choosing a career over a child, it's okay. So please stop stereotyping. Let women be women. Thank you.
Great, Princey. Great. You have put every single point that we need to work upon. Ananya, yeah.
Hi. Okay, I joined a bit late, but I heard some points here. And honestly, I have heard enough points that portray one side of the Indian cinema in terms of, their portrayal of Indian women, of women in general. So I would like to portray the other side, okay? So I would like to bring the other side into play, the positive side that still exists, people. It is still there and it very much exists and it is growing, if anything. So, okay, I'll start with a very basic example here that we all would, uh, agree to, because recently I have rewatched that movie about 5 times, you can say, recently. So, does anyone remember Chak De India? Like, that movie was literal goosebumps in the last 3 months when Indian women hockey's team was playing in there in Tokyo Olympics. We were all sitting there remembering those moments of that movie and relating it to Tokyo Olympics 2020. uh, that is how you develop. I am not a fan of slow sports or patient sports, but I watched the entire golf in the women golf play, sitting there because two Indian women were playing over there, and that is how I. That was because all these movies portraying women in sporty roles, they made me feel connected. Okay. Coming to my next movie that I have as an example would be English English. Okay. Uh, that portrays an Indian housewife in a different light. She does not know a lot. That is what our mothers might be like. I could relate that somewhere Sri Devi represented my mother, a lot of other ladies in my family. I could relate that, and I understood their plight over there, and that is where I understood what they might go through in a lot of places, and my perspective changed. I started respecting them more, if anything. Coming to some latest movies, there was this one movie on Netflix, Tribhang. If anyone saw that movie portrayed three generations of women, three generations of motherhood. Uh, that movie made a strong statement that a single woman can raise a very perfect mother. And a perfect mother is someone who is perfect for her child, and that movie portrayed women in that light, that they can be stronger than anyone and they can raise a whole generation. So all hearts to that movie because it portrayed women in a very strong light, again. So yeah, that is one more example. I just have some closing notes here to see. We do understand that at times Indian cinema, at times, maybe probably most of the times, Indian cinema fails to portray women in the correct light, but it is changing drastically. I see the changes. I was actually doing a research some few years back when Indian cinema completed 100 years, and I realized one thing. In earlier days, women were just termed as I forgot, mashuka, right? That's a word in Urdu, so it means lover. So women were just limited to that in earlier days. They were not open to anything else, or maybe Mother India, if you count that. Then they were limited to the roles that we perceive of women even today. But today, women are shown as different things. They're shown as working women, they're shown as athletes, they're shown as a lot more. And it is just growing. People are just, trying to explore more, especially movies like Neerja or Gunjan Sharma. All these movies are based on real life. As Princey quoted a South Indian movie, Deepika Padukone's movie is based on real life, on a true story. Same movie, same concept. It's based on a true story. And again, all these movies do take inspiration from real life. I was watching Thalaivi today. So even that example sets straight here that all these movies being taken from real life, they still portray women in the strongest of roles. I mean, I did not know how strong Jaya Prada was really till I watched the live and till I felt those emotions to Kangana Ranaut. Kangana Ranaut, another, she's a very strong woman, and I respect her as an actress. Nothing else, but as an actress, she has changed my perspective about women in Indian cinema a lot. And her movies like Queen, or there are other movies, Tanwid, Manu. All these movies portrayed women in a very strong light, and they still continue to. Kangana Ranaut, Tapsi Pannu. Uh, so there was this movie Paglet. I don't remember the name of the actress. I guess it was Sana or something. I would have to go back and revise that. But yeah, so all these women standing there, even Rani Mukherjee now, they or Vidya Balan, they have always played stronger roles for women. Uh, and I've seen movies like there are movies other than this, not portraying women in stronger roles, but portraying the other part of womanhood. And like movies like Lipstick Under My Burqa, all these kind of movies also portray the other part of womanhood that people miss. And honestly, I am proud that there is a movie like Lipstick Under My Burqa out there, because we need those kind of movies too. We need people to know that women also feel, and there are things that people miss out on. So yeah, just closing it on this point, that today Indian cinema has grown more, and it is still growing. It just needs a little space to grow more, and I'm sure it will reach somewhere in some time, and hopefully women will be more stronger in there, and people will start understanding women more through Indian cinema. That is it on my part. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Ananya. That was exactly our next topic, how nowadays Indian cinema highlights and celebrates women. Okay, you mentioned a lot of movies. Some of them are really great. You can add one more movie like Love You Zindagi. It shows how a young girl goes through depressions and deals with it. There are also a lot of movies. We will go through them, but before that, Anshuman has to say something. Anshuman?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You have raised your hand. Okay. So before we move on to further, there are so many comments and views in the comment section. Bharvi, can you please read them?
Sure. So, okay. So I'll start from here. I read about this, which I found like really interesting. Kunal Chaturvedi mentions a question: is the rate of female lead roles in fictional Bollywood movies abnormally low? To which we do have a lot of responses. Also, I'll put up the next point too. Herein, Shruti writes, would also like to say that while the fact that we have started to discuss a woman's no, we haven't taught our girls to say yes when they want to. Women should not have to play hard to get to be respectable in a hero's or viewer's eyes. And yeah, then the all the other texts are a continuation to what Kunal asked. So yeah.
Okay, so yes, first of all, Kunal, fictional characters or real life characters, movies solely based on women are very low. They are just a supporting role to a male's character most of the times. They are shown to be the one that in some kind of help, they need some kind of support, or they are in some kind of situation where they need to be saved or helped, and then the male characters comes in and the whole process goes on. But the time is changing. More and more women characters, as more women writers, women producers are going, they are trying to showcase what their thoughts and what actually women go through in real life. Okay, Anshuman, now you have raised your hand. You have to say something.
Yes. So I'd just like to preface what I'm about to say as that it's going to be an unpopular take, but I have to say it. This I knew it, like from the topic, that this might become a slippery slope, and then people might start talking about how men are bad, and how men are evil. And in fact, Princey, it's very nice that you're talking about female empowerment, and that's a very good thing. But then in the middle somewhere you said that it's because men cannot stand women's ambition, that's why he threw acid on that woman's face. And I think it's because the man was mentally ill. I don't think it's because the man, in general, men, I don't think men go around throwing acid on women's faces because they cannot stand their ambition. All right. It was because that man was seriously mentally ill. And anyone like that should obviously be either in a mental ward or should be in jail, or both, a combination of both. What I would like to say is that just the general broad strokes that have been painted so far in this conversation, that men cannot stand women with an ambition, or men do not like to, whatever, all of those conversations. I think instead of them being cultural phenomena in general, like, again, those are examples of people who have those personality traits, and it manifests in that way, rather than men being all like that. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yes, a disclaimer मुझे पहले ही बता देना चाहिए था, like this is not a hate session against men, it's basically how women are portrayed in Indian cinema. All men are not alike, basically. Yes, so thank you, Anshuman, for mentioning that. And Princey, if you have anything to say to Anshuman or response, yeah, go on, Princey.
Yeah, I have a response. It's like not every men are like that. Not even. I have so many men in life. Like they are super supportive of me. I have so many of them. But I see these toxic kind of relationships still prevailing. Girls still going to that kind of. They are like having a good man proposal from a good guy, really good guy, and there is another one who is really aggressive, toxic, and he has so many bad stories about him, and they are accepting that because all of this going around, all of this portrayal of this men in like dominance in the film. Like I'm not saying all men are the same, like just a few of them, like if you take 100 people, like 2 or 3, but girls are like flying behind these guys. Like I don't understand why these what is big about them, like what is like Kabir Singh, all these Kabir Singh, they all want Kabir Singh life. Like all these, like all the girls around my age, like 17 to 22, like all want this Kabir Singh type, like aggressive type. In Malayalam we call Kalipanda Kandari. So it's like the Kalipanda Kandari literally means Kalipan is the one who is like who is aggressive. Kandari, it's like it's a chili. Okay, it's a type of chili. So it's like that's the word we call it. So everyone wants to become that. In our place, everyone wants to become like that. So I am just saying about that. And when a girl rejects after being in a relationship for some time, it's happening around me. Like these guys are so obsessed with her. Like they started like everywhere, wherever she goes, these guys are like stalking her. It's so normal in Indian cinema to stalk a woman, and she will accept the proposal, like going behind. Like if she blocks you, you will take another account and message to her. What is this? After that, that girl has to delete all her social media, everything. She has to flee, like completely flee from the social media world, just to escape this one guy. So these things are happening. Not every men are like, I'm not even generalizing that. Men are so nice, like they are the supporters. Like I feel girls have to change the mindset of like how you should choose the guy. Like girls are the decision makers, so if you don't choose these kind of guys, they are not going to exist. Like they feel like we have to change ourselves. So these guys, as Anshuman told, these guys are totally mentally ill. So many people are there in our society who are totally ill, and after seeing these films, they are like feeling like okay. I am like the okay's character. Nobody's. I am perfect. Everything is perfect. I am the perfect one. So guys, I'm not saying you go. All guys are saying no, no, no. Yeah, you guys are really amazing. I have so many guy friends in my life. So many of them. Like they are super nice, and from them I have learned so much about women empowerment than I have studied, than I have learned from my girls school. So basically I have never learned any women empowerment from girls school. Like everything there was like we have to be a homemaker thing. From the school I have studied, like we have to be a homemaker, we have to be conventional jobs, like you have to be a teacher, you have to be a IAS officer, you have to be a government officer, not more than that. If you go out of that, you are like, you are poor, you have gone out of hand. If you choose a career path which is a men's field, like in a mechanical engineering, there is a senior of me, she is doing mechanical engineering. All the teachers of that school, of the girls school, she's gone out of hand. Like what is this? She is doing the things, like men dominance field, she is doing everything everyone has to do. Like she has the opinions. There shouldn't be a gender gap in the jobs or the courses we do. Everything is biased here. So men are so open. When she told me that when she went there, the guys in her class was so supportive of her, like they welcomed her like so they were so nice, and they treat her so nicely. Like but all the girls in all other departments are bitching about her. What is this? See, girls have to change their mentality to change the whole system. It's that we girls have to take responsibility for what's happening around us. We have to take responsibility. After that only we can sort. Men are so much more like elevated thinking. I must say they have so much women empowerment knowledge than girls have, but the girls are not trying to establish them. Like we have to take actions to in order all these things to happen. Okay, like girls,
Yes.
please choose wisely.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
okay,
Yeah,
Bhargavi. Okay, I was just saying the idea that girls like toxic men is very prevalent, and that's why guys do this, but it's not completely true. You know, I can tell from my own experience. Um, a let's assume a friend of mine. It's a real story. A friend of mine was taking tuitions, and she need to go alone. And after, because parents have their own jobs, both of her parents were working. They can't be with her, and they can't take her everywhere. So she used to go with alone and come after. It's at evening only. The tuition was in evening. Guys noticed the time. They were always there following her around, and when she go and when she comes in the way. And she was so scared at that time, she left the tuition and she got home tuition. So the idea is made prevalent that girls like toxic boys, but it's not true. And also I was seeing the comments, many people said that women are also toxic. Yes, but the thing is that we are talking about portrayal of women in Indian cinema. We are talking about how the scene of Indian cinema. We are totally going off the track. So let me take you guys back on track. That is another session, women toxicity or women
Madhuganda,
toxicity.
I
Yeah.
have also mentioned about men stalking women all everywhere where she goes, like everywhere. That's have happened to my friends, like everywhere they go, and their
It's
parents
very
has,
common in India.
it's
Yes, it's
very
very
common,
common in
and
India.
their parents has to literally take them from school I mean home to school, school to tuition, everywhere, and they have to arrange autos. Like what is this? Just a distance of bus, but they can't go alone. Like these guys are coming in group of
This
8,
is very
5 and
common
10.
in this country. This is coming because of the lack of education awareness, and people tend to, they think, I mean, Maybe it's because of the education, maybe it's because of the family environment. Certain family environments are not very healthy. A lot of people are not just coming from a backward mentality, they also have a very weird and cheap mentality, with the purpose of objectifying women coming in from their parents and their grandparents and everything as well. So they don't see women as someone being progressive and doing better and doing things that a man does, or even something more than that. That is where the issue is coming from. But just because a few guys are following you and stalking you, that is uncomfortable. If someone stalks me, I mean, it feels uncomfortable as well. I mean, out of the blue, it has happened to me as well a couple of times. I don't know what was his purpose. Maybe that was a thief or something, but I did feel uncomfortable. But I do not blame the world for that. That is my point. That is my point. You guys, I mean, I'm not specifying anyone. Certain people, I might say, quite a lot of them I've seen being stalked or influenced or disturbed by the male gender in a very bad way, and then blaming the whole gender for it. That is bad. That is what you need to change. And there's a very popular experiment, Madhuganda. I'm not sure, or all the women and men here in this call, there's a very popular experiment that you might have heard. If you put 100 rats in a huge container and do not feed them anything, after 5 to 10 days, when they get hungry, they start eating each other until only one rat is left. At times, women act that way. Women cannot, a man does not hate on women or is not jealous of women or anything as that such. Even the most horrible stalkers or the most horrible criminals are not as bad as how certain women think of other women. They never like to see each other, someone else succeed. They are so damn jealous. I've seen this with my very own eyes. But men are not that way. Men with men is completely opposite to women with women. So women are the women's worst enemies. That is something that the mentality that needs to change. So all right, that's a different topic altogether. But yes, let's I mean, Madhuvanda, just wrap it all up from everyone and move on to the next one, because I have a really good set of points for future of Indian cinema.
Thank you, Princey and Rahul, for all your points. But just bringing to your notice that we are just drifting off topic. And before the next person goes on, I would just like to bring into your notice that today's topic is only going to be regarding portrayal of women in Indian cinema. So anyone who would like to add anything now, please.
Okay, so we are going to end this session soon, but all the topics, we didn't cover obviously all the topics. We will have another session, but we can look at the comments, Bharvi, and sort them out, and then after that we will end the session. So if there is any comments or any questions related to portrayal of women in Indian cinema, only then we'll take them and we'll move on with and end the session. Okay, see Bharvi, if there's anything.
Yeah.
Okay, till then you see, I don't completely agree with Rahul's point that women are women's worst enemy, because they may do things to bring them down, but they don't put them in such a situation that it endangers their life. Or
No. I did not mean dangers. I mean just trying to put them down when it comes to jealousy. I never meant, I mean, I'll
yeah, that's competition. You can say competition is there between women and women, and that makes the situation worse. Yeah, maybe it's toxic. Obviously, they'll try to bring each other down, but they don't do violent. Yes, jealousy.
No, I did not mean violent crimes. The comment section is going.
See, the thing is, men do violent crimes against women, and women don't. They rape, they kill them, they make them miserable, they put them in such a situation that they can't overcome the fear. I have not seen that many cases of women being so harsh against another woman.
No,
that's my point. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I did not mean. It's just about, I mean, the people who are into these stuff, doing these horrible things, they don't even deserve to be classified into the human gender. Human category. So, it's very weird.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul. Yes, Bharvi.
Yeah. So we do have some questions to which we do have answers in the comment section. So do you want me to go through them, or if they already have the questions answered, then let it be.
Just mention the question so people watch it on YouTube and other places now, so they
Okay,
can't
yeah,
see the chat.
okay, cool. So another question Kunal asked was, as the main problem is with the filmmakers, another question I would like to ask is pressuring filmmakers going to solve the problem faster, or changing the public mentality is going to change it faster?
Okay, so 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Public mentality is the one that needs to change, but I mentioned earlier that cinema changes public's mentality in a way. The
But
portrait.
Madhu, like would love to add a small point here. Nowadays,
Go
it's
on.
like completely the opposite. Rather than influencing the people, it's like people जो लोगों को अच्छा लगता है वो हम दिखाएंगे is the sort of thing happening in Indian cinema. So
Yes.
rather than the movies
Actually, it's a
influence,
vicious cycle. It goes both ways.
actually, yeah.
Nowadays you will see like worst movies don't run and good movies with great content get lot of views. So I'm saying that the things are changing. The portrayal shows how public mentality is changing, how they are accepting the growth of women, how they are like not many movies that show women at the down step get views, right? And women with in having developed characteristics and encouraged future are seen. Those movies are seen. Okay, so Celine, Advi, and Anshuman, those who want to add on this point, like public's perspective changes cinema or the vice versa, can speak up.
And possibly, please, like
Keep it short, yes.
and cut it out in 2 minutes so that all of us present here get a chance to speak.
Yes.
I'm so sorry if anyone gets hurt because of this, but we have to follow this.
Yeah, I'll try to close it soon because I might forget the points. So the topic was on role of women in Indian cinema and how it has changed. So we are from an era where internet, computer, OTT, and televisions, and you have multiple means to look at movies. So we are not forcing or feeding into anything into the audience's mind. And I feel the audiences have matured enough to accept women in various roles. I see multiple faces of women, be it a working woman or a housewife. They don't judge or treat you based on what they see in the movies. I think they understand the perspectives. And I also feel women in the past have been just treated as, an extra character in the movie. Without the women, the movie would still run. But today, I feel the stories have been picked in a way that the heroine role is given importance. And in the past, a hero would be seen as a hero in the real life, but a woman who is in the Indian cinema would not be seen as a heroine in real life. I think that is not cascading to the present. And we have progressed in many ways when it comes to acceptance among the audience, but I feel the creators have much to do in giving more content and making the audience understand what all we can do just with the woman character in the movies. But we still have scope, but we have come forward from what they were in the past. Also, there are some negatives that is happening. As Shruti mentioned, we are putting everything binary. Either it's this or that. A woman can be this or that. But I think the society on the whole is very new to this whole concept of having a female-centric story. I think that way we will also have to improve, and those ideas will come with time, and we have to give it time and scope. So that's something that I feel with respect to Indian roles of Indian women in cinema.
Yes. Thank you, Adi ma'am. Okay, Celine and Anshuman, if you guys want to add something, make it quick.
Yeah, so I wanted to say like summing up on everyone's thoughts, I like how Princey and Rahul said, like this is what this like movies and shows are generally what is generally a reflection of what the society is in general. Okay, so when when you see when you say Princey that women go after aggressive men, so that is because women, not every house, but traditionally women are raised up to like grow up and marry a rich guy or successful guy, and success can be subjective to every person. So maybe one person with a bike can be successful for to one girl. Like, so that has been conditioned a lot in many households. I wouldn't say all. So in many households, so that may be one reason why Kabir Singh was so successful. our era, because that is seen as success, because he was a doctor, he was an established doctor, and yes, he had issues, but then he was a doctor. Like arranged marriages in India work that way. So he is a doctor, and he is from a well-established family. It's all over. The topic is ended. So I would say that all these things do happen in households. So uh, it has to change in both ways. Producers and creative directors have to become more bold and show women in various roles. I wouldn't say don't show them like all good, and don't show them in all bad, because nothing in the world is right or wrong. So like we have great characters all around the world. Some to one person, that person may be very good, and to another he may be very bad. So this has to reflect. So I think there are new movies that are being made which are drawing up on these points. So let's see. I'm very optimistic about the future of Indian cinema right now. So let's see how this goes.
Yes, we are also very optimistic. Thank you, Celine. Anshuman?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, there was one question. Yeah, there was one question that Kunal had asked about whether there is data to show that if there are women leads, is there a drop in revenue? So again, I even looked it up myself. Again, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, lots of movies that I even mentioned, and those are just off the top of my head, are women with strong are movies with strong female leads, and they've been the biggest films of that year. So there's definitely no issue about if a movie has a female lead, it's going to flop or anything like that. Again, success is also not guaranteed. So I think what it really goes to show is that the movie itself actually has to be good. I think Elizabeth Banks did this movie, which was this female reboot of Ocean's 11. I think it was called Ocean's 8 or something like that. And then when that movie flopped, she was publicly talking about how basically my whole life I have been told by men to watch films by men, but men are not returning that favor. So again, the whole reason that movie flopped was that the movie was not good. It was not because the movie had a female lead. We have tons of examples that show that movies with female leads do actually very well. So I think again, the thing is, it's capitalism after all. What's good will survive. What's mediocre and what's not good will not survive. And again, one point was mentioned that okay, maybe if pressure is put on directors to stop sexualization of women, that phenomenon might stop. But I think what that director is basically doing is he's seeing what works, what sells, and just trying to replicate that success. All right. So I think again, if you maybe you can put pressure on one director, but the other, who is completely unfazed by public opinion, will go on making those movies and continue to rake in the money. So I think we cannot shame directors into saying stop making these kind of movies. And then on the flip side, there was talks about sexualization of women. I would actually argue that men are sexualized even more in movies. If you take movies where there has to be if there's a say for example Akshay Kumar movie or Shah Rukh Khan movie, there's got to be a topless scene where
Hrithik Roshan for the past 20 years.
What?
Hrithik Roshan for the past 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. So there has to be that scene where they're wearing nothing but an underwear. So I think in that if you look at it that way, basically, okay, if you compare them, men are just as sexualized as women are in movies. But then again, I mean again, directors are going to keep making those movies as long as they are culturally normalized to watch and people enjoy them and people are spending their money to watch those films. And yeah, those were my 2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anshuman. Charvi mentioned that still a bad men-centric movie makes a lot more than a bad woman-centric movie. So yeah, still the barrier comes here. Okay, so Alekhya, your ending points.
Uh, I'm afraid I have to leave the call. I actually wanted to do an experiment with this group right now, but I have to leave, guys. So maybe
Okay, no
next time.
problem, no problem. It's
But it is
totally
a very
fine.
interesting experiment. Next time
Yes.
we'll do it first before starting the session.
Sure, sure.
Okay, sure.
So great, guys. It was a very nice session. See you.
Thank you, Alekhya, for joining in. Okay, Anshuman, you have again raised your hand. You want to add something?
Yeah, so based on what Charvi said, Charvi, I would love for you to provide some data on that, because I don't think that's true what you're saying, that an average movie. Okay, what do you even call an average movie like that? Okay, an average movie with a male lead does better than an average movie with a female lead. I mean, what does that even mean? Okay, it's all about how much clout the actor has. Okay, if Shah Rukh Khan makes a really bad movie, people are still going to go watch that movie. That's just how it is. It's not that an average movie with a male lead does better than an average movie with a female lead. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
No, Ansh,
Okay.
but if the same thing, if you said, okay, Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan doing like okay average films, and they get decent money in, but would that same happen if Deepika Padukone or Priyanka Chopra or any other established actresses do an average film? Like take up the acid attack one. I don't remember the name. It didn't do well on the box office. Yeah, Chapak. It didn't do well on the box
NH10.
office.
NH10.
NH10. No, but NH10 did well in the box office, I think. It was at least critically well accepted.
Yes,
Chapak also didn't do well. So, my personal opinion was it was not a very good film. Like the storyline was not very good. So again, so that difference is there. So
the comparison could be with Zero and Chapak. That's a good comparison.
Okay, I'm so sorry, but we are again getting off the track.
Male-centric movies.
yeah, very sorry
There
for that.
are average movies and female-centric movies. So
Okay, I'd like
the
to
fan
respond
following
to
of
what she
Shah
said.
Rukh Khan or Salman Khan is way more than Deepika Padukone. That's why they sell. And yeah.
Okay, Anshuman, go on fast.
Yes, I agree with Charvi is saying. But then, okay, Celine, that's a good point that you bring up. But I think for that you have to actually understand the Indian consumer behavior and how Indians watch movies. Indians watch movies with their families or with their friends, and I don't think Indians who are short on money and liquidity, are going to take their families to go watch Chapak, right? Like people don't want to, basically they don't, that's not how they want to spend their weekend or hard earned money to and take their family to watch that movie. So I think that in that one particular example, that
Well, Badlapur did very well on the box office.
yeah, so
It
again,
had a
that's
similar
what I'm saying.
story.
My thing is that reality is neutral. People have politics. The thing is that what's good at the end of the day is going to do well. What's not good is not going to do well. That's my take.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Is Madhuganda's connection is
Yeah,
not
Madhu.
right, or is it mine?
No, it's Madhu's.
Okay.
Madhu, I think there's
Maybe
some
in Shah
connectivity issue.
Anshuman. Barry, do we have any other important comments that we should take, or we can end the session?
If you could just repeat
Right.
the last line you said because you were not audible.
Okay. I was just saying कि Bharvi एक बार check कर ले अगर कुछ important comments है that we should include in this session regarding the portrayal, then we can do that, or we can just end the session. I'm so sorry, my connection got disconnected. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. No, I think. Okay, so Rahul writes, also today people demand movies with quality scripts. There is a rise in demand for movies with quality scripts and not just popular heroes and heroines dancing and moving around. Indian movies should move in the direction while showing a female protagonist.
Yes, very good point. We are saying the change. Movies with good script and good characters are very much appreciated than movies with famous heroes and bad script or bad characters. So yeah, the change is coming. Okay, any other?
Also, another point there was Indian movies need to be presented in such a way such that both the genders don't get influenced negatively. Is, I guess, a very important
Yeah,
point
the
when we
idea of getting, yes, the idea of getting influenced by movies is I don't basically believe on that. We should uh, see what's going on in society and behave accordingly. Too much getting see, the movies are not exactly what happens in the society, but they reflect what is going on. So totally influencing from the movies is not a good way to form your personality or form your behavior. Okay.
Mm, okay, I guess all the other chats we have are regarding the TV serial things, but we won't be doing it today, right?
No, we won't be taking TV serials comments right now.
There's no
Um,
debate about it.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Advi D, also one last comment I would like to
Okay.
mention is Advi D wrote here the idea is okay, the idea is a movie must not be seen more than a movie, but in India, movie is closely associated with real life. That's where okay, so there was something preceding this.
I think I
Yeah,
answered Kunal's
basically,
point with this on the
Okay.
director's
okay.
perspective.
So we have to consider actor and actresses as mere actor and actresses and not hero and heroines who, uh, like a godly figure or something. We should just uh, keep in mind that they are just doing their work and not defending one's character or behavior. So we shouldn't take movies that have those kind of यू नो जो मूवीज गलत पोर्ट्रेल कर रहे हैं और उनसे हमें अपने आप कैरेक्टर्स को फॉर्म नहीं करना चाहिए, अपनी पर्सनालिटी को फॉर्म नहीं करना चाहिए. ओके, वी विल एंड दिस सेशन. भैरवी, डू यू हैव एनी एंड पॉइंट्स फॉर द सेशन?
No, I guess that's all we have.
Okay, guys, great session. We have a lot more to discuss. We even entered in the Indian cinema is not just about the flow of the story or everything. It has a lot more than to it, like songs and whose lyrics are so sexist. We can't even imagine. Every song you hear, women are compared to an object like Coca-Cola, ice cream. I can't even start getting into it right now, but we will have another session, part 2 kind of this session, where we can discuss more points regarding that. And yes, to cheese badiya mast mast we can't even, you can't imagine how gross those songs are, how creepy those songs are. So we will try to include that in our next session. But for this session, thank you so much for speaking up about this. Thank you so much for coming out and taking the charge and speaking your mind. The whole session was based on it. The whole session names were session we named after this. We named this session after Speak Now. So you guys can come forward and speak your mind. Thank you so much for doing it. Thank you so much, Bharvi, Alekhya, Manaswita, for being there.
Actually, we should thank you guys for organizing this because we
And
had a very
helping me
nice
coordinate this
discussion.
event, and every other person who put their point. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I hope
thanks,
you guys
Advi.
enjoyed the session.
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining in.
Yes, have a very nice
I also have a
Thank you,
suggestion. You
listeners.
can
Thank you so
leave
much,
a
everyone.
discourse thread open
Yeah,
so
thank
that
you so much.
the things that we discussed in comments today can come as comments there also, and probably you can pick points that you were interested in for the next session. So because we kept commenting in the chat box, we
Okay, we
were
will keep
interested
that
more in
in
that.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay, we will keep that in mind. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Let's end the session. Bharvi?